audio looks correct, or my video looks correct. Don't look like it. Hey, I gotta go. Okay, although it looks funny right now. Playing with settings, trying to get all this going. Let's see. There it is. Although it is cut off, strangely enough. Why? Weird. Settings. Let's see. Why are you not full screen? Specific window. Let's go to my settings and check this stuff out. Match tile, otherwise full defined window. Same. Why are you not full screen, Brady? I got capture a specific window. And like I said, I'm using a new software, OBS. Should have been using it a long time ago, but I figured I'd also start the new year doing the right thing. But for some reason, it's not centered. Not centered. It's too big. But I guess maybe I can play with that a little bit and get it to fit. I guess that seems to be good enough. I guess I'll just do that. Go ahead, Allison. What did you put on it? Well, I mean, I meant like, what did you color over it with? Maybe that's for some glue. You know what? I bet you that's the glue. You'd put some glue over that spot. All right. Well, now I'm seeing the stream. It appears the box fits. So hopefully it saves these settings for future, and we can just go ahead and use that. Man. To the game. You know, I totally forgot I had this character. It's another one I started, I haven't done anything with, and this is when I leveled. I don't even know why I have them. I haven't touched them in forever. Let's start with my ladyboy. Need to get him some more manly clothes. I am the savior of the universe, but I wear girly clothes. I guess it happens when you're a white mage. No, if I haven't, I mean, I said it in the description, but Happy New Year, everybody. It has been a solid year, and I haven't said anything on any of my streams lately. If you haven't watched my podcast, me and a buddy of mine, Russ, we stream every Saturday night to Twitch, and it is called the CoinDrop Podcast. We talk video games. Doesn't matter what it is. We try our best to hit the stuff we find interesting. We obviously miss a lot of news because we only talk for about an hour each day, but you should come listen to us. If you don't want to watch us live when we stream, all of our stuff goes to any podcastery you might imagine, from Spotify to Apple Music to Amazon Music. It doesn't matter. You can find us anywhere. The CoinDrop Podcast. If you felt like watching us here on YouTube, we are under CoinDrop VODs. So yeah, come follow us. Give us a listen. Give us your feedback. Phone. I've got alarm set up for myself for all the work stuff, break time, lunch time, etc. and so on. I would normally be at work today, but you know, it's New Year's. It's that. The end of the world. Oh, I'm supposed to talk to that guy first. says gather information. That normally that means they're going to give you some sort of like, this is the Bureau of the Architect, little one. If you require assistance, I should be glad to assist you. But are you certain this is where you should be? Okay, so yeah, I was right. It's going to need some sort of a status effect or whatever you might call it. This is such a funky map. Hey, I know where this is. I was watching somebody stream the other day, and they were here. And then they broke down crying because I guess a whole bunch of people were following them around, making their sesh a good one. Oh, speaking of sesh, I should probably share this on the Twitters. Get people to join in. Give me a moment, and I shall do that, and I shall be right back. Although I'm still here. Speaking of which, OBS doesn't have a camera for me. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'm supposed to have a camera. I have a camera. Yes.
You said that the lips
So, say that again?
I want to look, but
It's Navi. Navi. Like the avatars. The Navi. Navi. General. Oh, there it is. Maybe off topic. I don't know. All right. While I'm here, where'd my YouTube go? Oh, I'm stupid. Okay, so I'm still here, but I'm gonna see if I can get my camera going. My camera in. Wait, no. I want to open the. There it is. All right. How do I get my camera going? Because I was pretty darn certain that I had that set up. It's the virtual camera. Is that it? Didn't seem like it added anything. Nope. Tab preview scene source. Yep. Nope. That's not it. Studio mode. I don't know OBS. I'm gonna need to be shown some stuff. Output device. Yup. Nope. Video, maybe? Nope. General. Output. Don't know how to choose an output device. I'm new to OBS. Well, I guess I'll just go ahead and play without a screen or a thingamajig today. So, sorry guys. We'll go ahead and get that working eventually. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll have Russ or Mike show me OBS. I figured out some of it. Obviously, I'm using it. But either way, we'll get it going. Hopefully it'll be better than GeForce. GeForce Experience. Because GeForce Experience has been better most of the time. Yes. Navi from Zelda. Nice.
So, I spell Zelda, and how she pronounces her Z's is Zelda.
Did she say Zeb? Zeb?
She said Z-E-L-D.
Oh. I think she said that because Z could be understood as, like, say, C, maybe? C, Z, they're kind of close. So she said Z, that way you knew she was saying Z. People do that all the time. It's called the phonetic alphabet. And you would say, like, A is in apple, B is in boy. And she was saying Z, just so you knew.
I thought it's how she pronounced.
I think it was just an automatic thing. I could be wrong, but... yeah. Maybe I was wrong. Although that symbol is usually like, get this status effect on you, so you can... do whatever the task may be. Get on a mount, or make yourself invisible, or whatever. But apparently that's not accurate. Bioshock, everybody. That's where I'm at. I'm in Rapture. Best part about this is it actually is under the water. Alright. Didn't say to get any sort of status effect, so I think I just missed that other person. Left the company. Oh, well. Be sure I ran through this and didn't see anybody. Anxious Amarokin. Oops. Under your robes. Good gracious, child. Where's your family? You should not be alone at a time like this. Run along home, quickly now. Have you not heard? Though yet confined the lands across the sea, a terrible phenomenon afflicts our star. We are calling it the final days. 'Tis said it starts suddenly, a cacophonous keening from beneath the earth. The sound distorts all living things within earshot and wrests from us control of our creation magics. Once that happens, all is lost. Fear, pain, despair. Every dread impulse is siphoned from our minds and given substance, an eternal fall of fiery rain, an incessant spawning of nightmarish beasts. None can point to the source of the phenomenon. 'Tis as if the star itself has fallen ill, as if a force inimical to life now festers and spreads. 'Tis only a matter of time until Amarok too resounds to the discordant squall. You should stay with your loved ones, child. Stay with them. I like how he was like, "Where's your family, child? Let me just go ahead and terrify the shit out of you." It's my chat. Chat. There it is. It would seem the hall is host to a most precocious visitor this day. And what, pray tell, shall be the subject of our discussion, young one? The convocation and their handling of the coming peril. 'Tis only natural that you should have questions. Shall we begin with the members themselves? As all know, the 14 are the wisest and most puissant among us. They are the stewards of order, responsible for decisions which keep this star turning season after season. Whether the speaker, Mahabrea, or the emissary, Elidibus, each seat is occupied by an elected sage of surpassing intellect. Moghrif, Metron, and Emmet Selk, their individual titles have, as a gesture of respect and matter of tradition, become synonymous with their incumbents. Thus it is with great incredulity that I greet this recent rumor that a seat in the convocation is soon to be left vacant. If proven true, it would be an unprecedented development and testament to the immense pressure under which our saviors are toiling. In any event, I for one am confident they shall deliver our star unto salvation. Levant. Most people probably don't, but I like the way these people speak. With an air of intelligence about them. Sophistication. I wonder if I could be that. Listen to me. What'd you do?
I colored a black spider, and then I took a toy and colored it in, and then I took the black marker again and colored it, and it looked like kind of
Like a what?
a door. And this one, it's just
Sure. An audience with Emmett Selk? I'm afraid you have the wrong office, little one. Besides, you will be far too busy to field the questions of curious children. Surely you have been told of the looming catastrophe. Every resource available to the convocation must be spent to ensure our world's lives. They have yet to make an official announcement, but it is said the 14 are moving forward with a plan of scarce, credible proportions, one which promises to grant will to the very star itself. They will invoke our mightiest spells of creation to birth an entity of all-encompassing magnificence, and they will rewrite the laws of existence. It is a huge undertaking, and it must be completed ere the corruption spreads this far. Thus, I say to you again, do not hold out hope for an audience. But you misunderstand. Child, I am not. An audience has been requested of me from the very Emmett Selk himself. Though I can't remember if he said to come alone or not. Anyway, let's go talk to Mr. Alphanar Dog. Enoch, if I was not certain before, then I am now. The people of the city believe they face the end of the world. I cannot imagine what purpose compelled them itself to recruit this ancient emerald. And yet, I fancy I hear his words to us echoing throughout this ocean trench. He would have his story known. Seems pretty obvious to me. He wants us to know his plight and why he does what he does. Seems like he's not quite such a bad guy, but I don't know. Still not trust him. Maybe I'm not supposed to. Good lord. There's a big jump. See, let's go. We can compare notes once the others return. Hopefully, then our next move will become clear. Let's see. I'm at the end of Shadowbringers. So, makes sense. Would seem our conversations were much alike. A looming disaster, creation, magics running rampant, and this convocation's efforts to bring salvation unto chaos. I suppose there was talk of little else in the time when these events came to pass. Roger, if I may, what are your thoughts on the ancient art of creation? A fascinating discipline indeed, All the mind can conceive may be rendered into reality. All that is required is a clear concept upon which to focus one's will. 'Tis not dissimilar to the primal rites taught by the Asians, wherein ritual ceremony breatheth life into figments of myth and legend. I see we arrived at the same conclusion, then. The people who lived in the age before the Sundering were blessed with vast reserves of mana. No matter how draining these creation magics must be, it seems they paid the cost with not more than a fraction of ether which coursed through their own bodies. If we were to attempt the same, such spells would soon deplete our energies and then seek to draw the balance from elsewhere, from a hoard of crystals mayhap, or from the very land itself. Thus, when this art of creation was placed into our hands, it became, in effect, a means for destruction. An interesting matter, which no doubt bears further study, but despite all those revelations, I worry we are no closer to finding it itself. Yes. You did. Can see. Good job.
I think that's all I did.
You've been doing a lot on that picture. It's been tons of effort.
Because I don't do
I think it's pretty good. You're gonna what?
Everybody.
Good.
No.
Just the Davises. Like Liliana and her sister and her brother and her parents. Okay.
First day.
Huh?
First day.
Yes. Just them.
Okay. Okay, good boy now.
You're on big farty pants to my daughter. Has anyone learned aught which might lead us to this location? Not directly, mayhap, but from what we have heard, it seems the Convocation of 14 is sequestered in the nearby Capitol building. When we went to see for ourselves, the attendant wouldn't let us through without a writ of permission. So we tried our luck at the Bureau of the Administrator, which we thought these permissions might be issued, but the clerk there said he couldn't help us since our names didn't appear in the registry. And that was where we gave up. I wonder, though, Spinock, could you be eligible for one of these writs? The voice in the lift seemed to know who you were. It might be that your name is registered at the Bureau as well. Worth a look, I'd say. Meanwhile, I'll head back to the capital and search for a less official point of entry, just in case. Pray allow me to accompany thee on thy reconnaissance. An arcane perspective may prove needful. Shrug, I guess. I think I'd like to speak with more of these ancients. Maybe they know something that could help cure Spinock's condition. Would you mind coming with me? Of course I don't mind. Just lead the way. Nods. Nods. Then Y'shtola and I will busy ourselves with further exploration. Good lord, I can't talk today. There is surely more intelligence to be had. And so we part ways once more. This time, however, let us reconvene in front of the capital. Well, I never knew one to nod to. Blue quests everywhere. Patronizing Amarantine. He is struggling to conceal their disapproval of your attire. I must say, little one, those garments you're wearing are your own original concepts, I take it? Fairly they must be, given their rather singular flamboyance. Jeez, he's right. I would never dream of stifling a fledgling creator's creativity, but to parade about in your cultivated individuality is hardly praiseworthy. An Amarantine of character shares their creations with the community. They do not hoard them for their use alone. To delight in disparity is a mark of the morally deficient. I like this, Amarantine. Disparity engenders feelings of want and resentment, which degrades the bonds of fellowship. Thus do we encourage creators to share and share alike, else we risk kindling the embers of covetousness and violence that ever smolder in the hearts of all. Therefore, I must implore you, little one, to cast aside your original trappings and don the communal robes, that you might acquit yourself as an equal among many. In so doing, you will be afforded greater respect and autonomy. Worry not, for this will be a simple affair. I recall seeing a gentle soul outside the Hall of Rhetoric, carrying robes perfectly suited for one of your diminutive stature. I am sure they would be glad to share their wealth with you.
The one that has you know the drawer in my closet that has multiple drawers and I
Yes.
especially. Raven's under it and I think she's stuck.
You think she's stuck? I mean, she got herself under, but I guess I'll check. I'll be right back. My cat is stuck, or so my 7-year-old thinks. Right. Patronizing them, aren't you? But do hurry, little one. The eyes of the collective are ever watching and weighing your worth. I don't know what it is with this game, but it seems like this mount is its absolute favorite. Uses it all the time. This one's gentle. I got a cutscene out of it. Oh, aren't we looking rather smart this day? What can I do for you, little one? Robes to serve in lieu of your ensemble. Ah, but prudent. Alas, I have nothing I can offer you at this present time. The ones your associate saw me carrying earlier failed experiment. I never intended to make them so small, so I disposed of them shortly thereafter. Failed experiment? By your bemused expression, I gather you find it odd that your elders can fail in so simple an application of creation magics. It is more common than you may realize, little one. In this instance, a gaggle of children was passing by as I held the image of the robes in my mind's eye, simply by becoming aware of their presence was the form influenced and the final product changed. All things considered, it could have been worse. Just the other day, I was attempting to conceive a white-haired lion, when all of a sudden this exquisite eagle alighted on a nearby railing, giving me quite the shock and dramatically altering my initial concept. Yes, indeed, it was a most unexpected development, but not an altogether unwelcome one. Great strides are often born with unexpected impetus. But even inspiration has its limits. For all the wonders we have wrought, I do wonder if there will come a time when we have fully explored the potential of our powers, when there is truly nothing left unmade, and only iteration and imitation and stagnation remain. Sounds like where we're at now. But such esoteric matters need not concern you, little one. For now, I would encourage you to embrace your creativity and work your magics without fear or failure. Nevertheless, it would still be in your best interest to don the appropriate robes to avoid excess scrutiny. Why don't you go to the Bureau of the Architect and request the appropriate concept so you can fashion one yourself? I got that quest line started, let's start another one. Loquacious. Actually, kind of interesting what that word means. Alexa, what does loquacious mean?
The term loquacious refers to someone who enjoys speaking and has a tendency to do so excessively, freely, or
right.
cleverly.
Loquacious is the term used for people who love talking and might do so excessively. Sounds like streamers. Me. Greetings, little one. Come to debate? At so young an age, how wonderful. Shall we retire to the beaches and settle on a topic? The benches. Yes. Hi, hungry. I'm Daddy.
Please, can I have a dog and then I have a hot dog?
I don't know if those hot dogs are any good. I think they are, but I don't know. Mommy bought some stuff yesterday, and I was not aware of everything she bought, and I know hot dogs. You know what? If there's an jeez. I don't know. Why don't you start with a boiled egg, and then you can do the Oreos, okay? Is that okay? Oh, my apologies for jumping to conclusions. My friends are not quite as fond of the Hall of Rhetoric as I am, so I have a habit of chatting up any potential conversation partners. So if you are not here to debate, I presume you are here to learn about the mysterious and esoteric goings-on here? It would be my pleasure to act as your tutor in these matters, if you will indulge me. The Hall of Rhetoric is, as its name indicates, a place where citizens may freely gather to discuss and debate all manner of topics. The central forum is ideal for open discourse, but smaller rooms are available for those desiring more intimate conversation. Oh, and there is a wealth of reading material concerning rhetoric, techniques, and history penned by the greatest minds on offer as well, should you wish to refine your techniques through self-study. To my mind, however, rhetoric is a living, breathing thing that is best experienced in the moment of conception and execution. Perhaps a demonstration would best serve to further your education. I saw a contemporary of mine engaged in a lively debate earlier, just outside the hall. Go and see if they are still there, and issue them my personal invitation to a friendly battle of wits. That sounds fun. But also not normal, so... That is precisely my point. That their obsession with this so-called mandate to approve only the most beneficial concepts for wider distribution, never mind that the ridiculous subjectivity of their criteria, has led the Bureau of the Architect astray from its original purpose. Huh? Have you business with me, child? Regardless, I am in the middle of a heated discussion with my partner. Come back later. I gotta type something in, I'm sure. Maybe I just talk to him again. No. My position has nothing to do with the intrinsic value of the unique identity and whether or not it is retained. Rather, I posit that the reproductions of a given concept are inherently imperfect, unless they are themselves unique, albeit in minor but significant degrees. And, most importantly, this variance is not to be condemned, but celebrated. Better that than to strive in vain for an impossible standard that, even if met, would leave us lesser for lack of diversity. The Amarantines appear to be engrossed in their debate, utterly deaf to you and your pleas for attention. Guess I'll try again. My, aren't you a stubborn little bugger? It's strangely endearing, I must admit. But we have all the time in the world. Why are you so insistent that I speak with you this very instant? Ah, you are acquainted with that chatterbox? I suppose I do owe them a debate or two, and now is as good an occasion as any. So be it. Nods. I swear it chooses the fat chocobo more than any. See, you found my friend. Thank you, little one. Then, without further ado, let us commence the promised debate. I get to witness it! As to the matter of what subject we shall debate today, I propose the recent calamity which has befallen our friends across the pond. What say you? The singular point of contention is, of course, whether or not Amarat should intervene on their behalf. I believe we should. The scale of the disaster which threatens the distant metropolis is of a scale heretofore unseen, and so equally considerable resources must be committed to counteracting its effects. I disagree. The scale concerns me less than the nature of the proposition itself. Who are we to unilaterally intervene in the affairs of those half a world away? Are we to be the saviors of one and all? Such arrogance may well lead to our own downfall. While I understand your concerns from a philosophical standpoint, I fear you are too quick to dismiss practical considerations out of a desire to maintain an unassailable moral authority. But let us, you and I, hold here for the present and offer the floor to our young student. You have heard our opening salvos in this debate concerning the fate of our neighbors across the sea. What is your opinion on the matter? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. Or, we cannot save everyone. Sometimes, it is all we can do to save ourselves. I would set the top one for sure. Indeed, the same can be said regardless of one's opinion on the morality of intervention. There is a clear and undeniable benefit to Amarat in using this situation as a testbed for our newest creations, that we might develop and refine our defenses against a potential threat to our own fair city. How readily you see the moral high ground. Was not our young friend's point that we have an ethical obligation to aid those in need? Yet not only do you instead elect to focus on the benefit of Amarat alone, but you also deprive our distant neighbors of the agency to determine their own fate. You misunderstand me. What benefits Amarat benefits all creation. I firmly believe, for the knowledge and wisdom we stand to gain from intervention, can then be shared with others, empowering everyone to more effectively surmount similar trials in the future. And thus the debate continues. Comes a time to intervene, and there comes a time to not. I must say, it has been far too long since I engaged in such a refreshing exchange of ideas. My colleague was equally delighted by the opportunity, you may be assured. Some decry it as little more than an academic exercise. After all, we failed to reach a meaningful consensus, but I dare say they missed a forest for the trees. We are not more enlightened by my experience, or are we not more enlightened? Have you not been exposed to a greater variety of viewpoints? Is there not value in this alone? I truly believe we are blessed to be part of a society that exists, or that exalts the free exchange of ideas, and that encourages active participation in the public discourse. This may have been no more than our first foray into the exciting world of rhetoric, but I sense you have the soul of a debater in you. You may well have the potential to change Amarat in ways no one ever thought possible. I shall be watching your trajectory with great interest, my young friend. I think I got a message. Did you make coffee yet? My wife asks for coffee. So as a good husband, I shall bring it. All right. I have an idea. Okay. I have returned to play. It's 10 o'clock. My time, anyway. So maybe complete the first one. Start the third one.
You left the target outside and it kind of grew.
Yeah.
It's still there.
Worst case scenario, we can just get in the box. It'll be okay. Welcome to the Bureau of the Architect. Level 1. Are you here to request a concept for personal use? If so, what sort of concept did you have in mind? You didn't even see me, I'm so short. Communal robes. That will take but a moment to prepare. But before I fill your request, I should caution you. Pardon me for asking, but your creative potential is, relatively low, is it not? We are trained to assess these things, and I fear that you do not possess the ability to express this concept in physical form. It's almost as though you completely lack it, though that can't possibly be. But regardless of the reason, you needn't worry. We have special tools that may be used to address this very eventuality. I will furnish you with an etheric robe, and you can use to restrain you can use to restrain one of the misbegotten cabuses that congregate in the plaza north of the Academia. And neither? You will need to weaken your quarry before you can reliably bind them, but once you have, you can repurpose their energies to create your own robes. Okay? Got some stuff. Quest number 3. Greetings and welcome to the Bureau of the Architect. Are you in need of assistance? It would be my pleasure to answer any questions you might have. To your left is the counter where you may submit registrations for new creations. To your right, you will find the counter where you may requisition concepts on file. Tilt's head? Am I correct in assuming you are not familiar with the services we provide? I see. More detailed explanation is in order, then. You understand that by harnessing the powers of creation, we can give physical form to all manner of concepts, yes? Picture a bouquet of flowers. Fragrant flowers fall all the colors of a rainbow. Now picture these self-same flowers, forms of delicate crystal, impossibly fragile and radiating hues beyond the visual spectrum. Every day our people push the boundaries of imagination to conceive new and striking designs like these. But there are limits to what a single individual can shape with their abilities alone. Those who harbor greater ambitions may offer their concepts to order others here, but they might be the strength of many accomplish what one cannot. Not all concepts are approved for wider distribution, of course. Dangerous, subversive creations pose a risk to everyone, and so it is only after a comprehensive evaluation, after a concept is judged to further the greater good, that we permit it to be shared with the community. Do you understand, little one? Since you are here, I think you might benefit from conversing with some of the others currently availing themselves of our services. Why don't you go and speak with some of the citizens waiting for their registrations to be processed? Much as I would like to believe my explanation was more than sufficient, I expect that you may gain greater insight this way. Let's go talk to people about their creations. The ones they wrote. Kindly, Emerald Team. Let me put my knee in your face. Hello, hello, little one. So rare it is to see one of your size roaming about here. Come to learn about the Bureau, are we? I'm here today to register a new creature, boneless and with semi-translucent skin. It drifts through the air like a dancer on a summer breeze, its tentacles trailing behind. It utilizes gas bladders to propel itself from place to place, you see. I'll admit it is not the most elegant of designs. I'd not shed a tear if it were rejected, quite frankly. But what can I say? I take pleasure in conceiving unorthodox designs. A beginner like you shouldn't take after me, though. If you are looking to pick up a few tips, you should probably ask someone else. Ah, is that my number they just called? If you excuse me. Next one is passionate. Are you the child I saw speaking with the attendant earlier? I thought so. So young and already so eager to learn about concepts and creations. That curiosity will serve you well, little one.
Mommy made me open the curtains.
What's wrong with that?
Daddy, there is me in 2023.
Yeah.
And everybody else.
And everybody else. Mm-hmm.
I love this booklet.
You'll see her again.
Book.
Yeah.
I love
I've been credited with a few popular concepts, I'm proud to say. I'm hoping that my latest will be equally well received. Autonomous figures. I say my latest, but really it's the product of many others' efforts and individual insights. But such is the case for every masterwork, I reckon. Autonomy notwithstanding, these creations know no fear. They are wholly devoid of emotion and will without hesitation or resistance engage in any dangerous activity, even if death is assured. There's a beauty in that, I think, and I hope the officials do so as well. I tell you, there is nothing more nerve-wracking and thrilling than the waiting period before you receive the result. I love it and hate it in equal measure. Anyway, that's all I've got to say about it. If you're still keen to learn more, why not pester the worrywart over yonder? Come to think of it, I think their particular creation was designed to appeal to children. Not again. I heard my daughter say that in the background. You there, an aspiring creator come to learn about the Bureau and its inner workings, I trust. That's all well and good, but since you're here, perhaps you can help me with a little something. I've been refining a concept of mine for some time now. Adorable little creatures designed to be the perfect playthings for any young citizen. But I'm still terribly unsure if it's ready to be submitted for approval, which is why I was hoping you might first put it through its paces and tell me what you think. Your honest opinion. I'll have no flattery from you, young man. This matrix will allow you to summon any creations, but don't use it here. Take it outside first, and don't be afraid to play rough. It's all part of the fun. We go outside then, it seems. Struggling in there? Does it fit where you're trying to put it? Okay, that's probably smart. I don't see how that can be a child plaything, but you know. Sure. Let's just put the kids in serious mortal danger. How did you find my lovelies? Were they as delightful and engaging as I had hoped? Tell me everything, spare no details. I say, they spouted nonsensical phrases and attacked you like mad beasts. How distressing and not at all like what I had intended. My sincerest apologies to you, little one, for the unpleasant experience. Still, from these experiences do we grow stronger and wiser. I look forward to the day when you will try your hand at creation too. I've got one more, and then I think that's actually that's my Aether turns. Oh, no. Not quite. Got two more. One in this quest, and one, my guess, would be in the MSQ. But I'm still gonna do it anyway. Finishing it is better than not. Good thing. It's my mount. Look. Oh, the curl. I'm gonna do one. I was expecting more than one. We're off to see the wizard. A wonderful wizard of Emeraldine. Welcome back, little one. Did you succeed in biting a Kubus? And well, little one, allow me to siphon its energies and prepare the matrix for you. It should only take a moment. Here you are, creation matrix that you may use to generate your own robes. The concept is inscribed upon the crystal, which has been infused with the ether of the beast you brought me. What? Why are you looking at me as though you do not know how to channel the powers of creation? It is as natural as breathing. Even a newborn babe has the instinct. Even if your potential is lacking as one of your people, you must surely know what to do. Aww. I was hoping they would give me the robes so I can look like one of them characters. Oh no. I really should fix the animation so it doesn't just slide for 10 days. Oh, stairs are closer over here. Oh, okay. I'm sure it's easy mode. Visitor Writ? Yes, I can assist you. Full name, please. Spinock Deward. Please wait near the counter while I confirm your details. Waiting. Very nice. Spinock Deward, your application is ready for collection. As your residency was approved by Emmett Selk himself, further forms of identification will not be required. Here are your application documents. Submit them to the Bureau of the Secretariat, and the clerk will issue you the visitor's writ permit. This is good. Strange. I was fully expected to be attacked. And rude. Hey, dude.
You're going to get on your kept moving, I could see like, oh, what you do?
What's that? Yep. That's correct. What? Nobody? Yep. Yep. Possibly not, because I have a software app that's supposed to get rid of stuff. They'll hear me for sure, but may or may not you. Huh?
If those need to come down for safety, then they need to come down and we'll redo the zip line.
The wife is in the room with me, so. The wife, yes. Speed. You have one extra E that doesn't need to be there, but correct.
Speed.
Writ of application. Hello, third person. Welcome to the stream. I don't know who you are, but I appreciate you being here. Anyway, visiting the capital, are we? Please take a seat. Your name will be called once your application has been processed. While waiting.
That is speed. It's spelled S-P-E-E.
There's two E's. It's speed. S-P-E-E-D.
Speed.
Good job.
Why are you so teeny?
I think it's just the people here are big. No. What's happening? May I? That you may, big person. You, I think, are from a time beyond ours, to be followed in the wake of Emmett Silk. Nay, there is no cause for alarm. I am simply a shade, here and not here. I know only that my name is Hythlodius, and that this city is a recreation, a phantom moment plucked from the well of history. I surmised that already, good sir. These others seem unaware of their pale existence, but I wonder if Emmett Silk's mind was distracted when I came to my reconstitution. A stray thought would have been enough. Hythlodius will realize the truth. For example, we were close friends once, you see. Yet in spite of my perception, I play the same role as all the rest, a bit part, meaning to bring color and noise to this well-created stage. Too much scrutiny and we shall burst like the fragile bubbles we are. Thus I tell you again, my presence is not to concern you. I wish only to share your company whilst we wait. If you've come this far, then you know of the catastrophe which awaits us on our morrow. Final days. What began as isolated incidents soon swelled into a world-spanning threat. The Convocation of 14, well, it was 13 at the time, endeavored to create a will for our star. They would repair the fundamental laws of order and halt the spread of destruction. But creation on such a scale required an immense source of power. You can talk a little louder, baby. Sure. Of those of us who still lived, nearly half offered up their lives in the name of salvation. And from their sacrifice, Zodiark was born. Just as we had hoped, he reached forth and halted the march of oblivion. Yet oh how the star had suffered. So many species lost. The land was blighted, the waters poisoned, even the wind had ceased to blow. Once more did our people give of themselves to Zodiac. Another half of our race sacrificed to cleanse the world, to ensure that trees and grasses and myriad of tiny lives would sprout and grow and flourish. The cycle of life had begun anew, and we reconsidered the means by which we might protect it. The convocation decided thus: we would nurture our world until it was bursting with vitality. Then, when the time was right, we would offer some portion of its living energy to Zodiac. In return, he would restore to us those brethren whose souls had fed his strength, and together we would resume our role as stewards. I see. There were, however, those who disagreed with this plan. They argued that enough had been sacrificed to Zodiac, that this new world should belong to the lives newly born. These dissidents surrendered their life energies to the creation of Heidelin, an incarnation of their opposing belief, and for the first time in history, our people stood divided. Know you, then, how this conflict ended? That I do. Thought you might. Look, there's Emmett Silk himself. Strangely small for the rest of everybody else. Emmett Silk has never been a champion for the will of Zodiac. The original plan may have been set back by millennia, but he will have not abandoned his course. He will pay the price for our return by whatever means is necessary. And though he may carry himself with a certain glib ease, Emmett Silk is not a man to bear his burdens lightly. In fact, I imagine they have only grown heavier with every passing century. It is truly a terrible weight he has chosen to carry.
It's a shaky toy.
No, it's a shaky toy, yeah. Spinak Duerden. You know, there's one thing that I sort of hope that AI does become prevalent in video games, is use to say the character's name when you enter in something unique. Although that might not always work out correctly. You might type in it saying, like for me, mine's Spinok. Most AI say Spinok. But, you know, I guess it's better than that. It seems your turn has come. Pray do not let me keep you. We stare. They have to jump off of the seat. Oh, 'tis funny. There's one last thing. You walk with another at your side, yes? Nay, I see no definite form. Just the faintest suggestion of a second soul. I doubt it visible to anyone but me. Otherwise, I assume only you can see and hear this ethereal companion? Your connection is hardly a coincidence. In our time, the two of you were one. The color of your soul tells the tale. The hue that distinctive cannot be mistaken, no matter how thin the soul is spread. This is just the kind of fate I might expect for one such as he. Surely Emmett Silk has recognized the hint of him, you know. No doubt. Fare you well, my new old friend. May you find what it is you seek. He said, my old friend. Now, I wasn't expecting to be one and the same with, I can't remember his name. But with that character. But that's kind of a cool twist. Your visitor's writ, as requested. When you wish to gain admittance to the capital, simply present the document to the attendant thing. My favorite of mounts. Should find out. Ardbert, that's his name. I was not expecting to be one with Ardbert. Reminds me of Roxas and Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Good thing I can go this way, because I really didn't want to go around. I could turn around and go the wrong way. You know, well, I guess it's not a city, not officially anyways. Finally, you were gone so long, I was on the verge of mounting a rescue party. How fared you in your bureaucratic adventures? Yeah, helps when I don't use the touchpad. I see my instincts were correct. And a good thing, too. Urianger and I weighed our chances of breaking into the capital, and an official entrance is by far the more attractive option. The capital boasteth not a single armed entry. 'Twould seem that in their time they did not deem it needful to post guards. The windows and doors, however, appeared heavily warded, though mightily did we strive, with strength mundane and magical, we failed to budge them even a fraction of an elm. Mayhap 'twas simply the case that Emmett Selk's recreation did not extend to their usual function. We didn't try everything, of course, but we thought it best to conserve our time and energy for more pressing matters. Speaking of which, Reen and I tried asking about a cure for you. The problem is, these ancients didn't exist beyond Amarox today. They will happily tell their own tales, but whenever we attempted to explain our situation, the conversation quickly became muddled. What of you, Spinock? Was aught worthy of interest said during your efforts to obtain a writ? Waves hands and moves lips. A great sacrifice of life is in exchange for their brethren's resurrection? You say all the Ascians' scheming has been leading to this? This time, but if they still mean to enact this plan, then things won't end with the rejoining. I thought we knew their intentions full well. Restore the world to its former glory, and in turn empower Zodiark to reclaim his throne as the will of the star. That was merely a step along the way. I hesitate to put it into words, but we have to assume that following the final rejoining, the Ascians mean to draw on the lives of the Source to make their sacrifice to Zodiark. That does seem the most likely scenario. Mayhap those who ally with the Ascians would be spared the fate. What value is there in surviving when all our history, all our struggles will be erased? I cannot conscience such an act. Of course not. That's to say not what Imselk plans for the exile's power. We stand by and let him threaten our future as well as our past. We need to find him, Spinock, and when we do, make your mark Change the course of history in a way that's felt by those who came before, and then those who come after, by everyone you've ever met. Change things so that even my other self, dying somewhere in the future of calamity, will smile and say, I knew you would win. Sort of a heavy burden. Hey, literally protect all of existence. Good luck, buddy. Is fighting Emmett Selk the only way? He created an entire city. It will take everything we have to defeat him, if we even can. And if the push that hard in your current state, the light will break free. The decision to press on lies with you, just as it lies with each and every one of us. Guess if I gotta sacrifice myself, then I do. I don't believe I've been messaged. No, I haven't. Not present. That is question marked. You remember that talk we had atop the tower of Mordsuk? I'm still in the same mind now as I was then. I don't abandon you. You don't abandon me. And together, we make a difference in this fight. There's always hope if we look for it. I saw it again and again as you tore those veils of light from the sky. If we keep talking or taking the next step forward, there's a chance we'll find a way to save you. So no matter how long it takes or how much it hurts, you can count on me to keep on making. All three spoke of the disaster we would bring upon our own heads, a ceaseless conflict. Imagine how he would sneer to see what's become of the first, not to mention your perilous predicament. And yet who can defy the fire your deeds have ignited in people's hearts? You achieve what my logic and ideals never could, uniting desperate peoples under the banner of hope, common purpose. Without you, that giant Talos would never have raised its head. I've borne witness to many such miracles at your side, and would do so again. This is but another obstacle in the road. So come, let us travel it. Drag me through wonder and danger, as you are wont to do. And I shall endeavor not to slow you down. As well thou knowest, if we are to usher Emmett Selk unto his rest, we must needs bind his Ascian soul, and then shatter it with overwhelming force. The former task requireth Osirite, and such have I prepared, upon the exarch's asking no less, though 'twas never mine intent to provide said boon. The future whence our noble friend doth hail is world-fallen to Ascian artifice, and he would not see such grim history repeated. In a sense, Emmett Selk's destruction will be the culmination of the exarch's efforts, a reward for all he hath endured these many years. Yet even as thou stridest into the jaws of peril, forget not but that his fondest wish, and that of many others besides, is to see thee survive unto the end. 'Tis in pursuit of this happiness of outcomes that I do pledge to remain silent. This is reminiscent of Final Fantasy XV. Our time in the first has been a never-ending succession of trials, as arduous as our path in the source ever was, yet through all our journeys together, through that deep and foreboding wood, you have helped me to stay true to my convictions. Thus would I return the favor. Do as your heart decrees, without hesitation or regret, and that is all I will say. Well, this has put everyone in a solemn mood, hasn't it? Honestly, we're not even sure this will be the end of it, but I suppose we should speak our minds when we have the opportunity. You taught me much, or that much, in Almarang. So forgive me this moment of sentiment, Spinok. By dragging me into this sorry mess, you've given me the chance to think and act as I should have, for Reen's sake. Words cannot express how much this has changed my life, or how grateful I am for your support. So I shall express my gratitude through action instead. No matter where you decide to go, I will be there, guarding your back. When Minfilia entrusted me with her power, she warned me that no matter how strong you became, you could still fall victim to despair. You could still feel powerless. She was right. After you collapsed in Mount Gold, my hands wouldn't stop shaking. If I made a mistake, if I failed to bind the light within you, I was terrified you would die. Even now, you could be moments from turning, and I wouldn't know how to save you. You, Thancred, the others, you've all been there when I needed you, or I needed help. And Ophelia surrendered her life to me, her legacy. I should be ready to do the same for you if I want to. I do. I'm not good enough. She told me to follow your example, and I've tried. I've really tried. And you shouldn't hang your head. Shouldn't. Yep.
Do you know what just happened?
No.
I offered both of them an offer. The second, and Timothy insisted no. The second I finished Allison's, where I could have made bigger and let them split, he asks for a bag.
That's frustrating. Fate couldn't be cruel, but smile. But a smile better suits a hero. We must all keep looking forward, like the heroes who never gave up hope for this world. I've been the silent hero. Silent option never really works. I'm not sure who you... Actually, never mind. I think the answer might be different for all of us. No, nothing will come of brooding here in self-pity. I made my decision, Spinock. I'm going with you. I'm curious what quest that is. So I'll be right back in a second. Oh, that's the last quest of the vanilla Shadowbringers. Welcome to the capital. All visitors must present an official writ of permission before attendance will be granted. Here you are. Your documents appear to be in order. You may proceed into the capital, but any guests you may choose to bring with you must remain in your vicinity at all times. Convenient. I wouldn't want them to go anywhere else anyways.
This really is unacceptable. I gave you very specific instructions.
Nobody listened. So AFU.
Sulk.
Thanks, Alphino. Thanks.
My invitation was for an abomination, ripe with the power to bring about the world's annihilation. Not this half-broken thing. Whatever am I to do with you? And I see you insist on keeping the same familiar company. Are you so lost without them?
It is not he who is lost without the familiar. Not content with remaking an entire city, you aim to fill it with the reconstituted souls of the dead.
I may have gotten a little carried away in my attention to detail, added a few unnecessary flourishes. Well, there's no point trying to hide it. Yes. Once the rejoining of worlds is complete, Zodiac will regain his full strength and shatter his prison. Then we shall offer up the Source's remaining inhabitants in sacrifice, that we might resurrect our brethren who died to bring Zodiac into existence. But what was it that you came here to do exactly?
But I want both. It's not right. I'll just do that one.
Did you now? One last do-or-die attempt to foil my plans before your mind dissolves into madness?
Sure.
How very,
That's what's necessary.
very heroic of you. In every single age, there is always someone who wants to stand up to the evil Asians. Always the same arrogance, the same insistence that the world belongs to them, as if theirs were the only rightful claim, theirs the only existence worthy of preservation. Even now, after everything, you refuse to see reason. You think it unfair that you are subject to suffering? That your lives will be sacrificed for the ancients? Look at me! I have lived 1,000 of your lives. I have broken bread with you, fought with you, grown ill, grown old, sired children, and yes, welcomed death's sweet embrace. For eons have I measured your worth and found you wanting. Too weak and feeble-minded to serve as stewards of any star.
Is it a cut?
It's kind of a
Here's a lower spot in mine.
deeper cut than you would expect. Like, I don't have no idea where it came from. Just yesterday I noticed it hurting.
That's you can have it. No one's chatting with me, anyways.
Have your recent spats with Vorthri and his Sin-Eaters taught you nothing? Have you not learned that your ignorance and frailty beget only endless misery? How long do you mean to perpetuate this farce? How much more must I endure your bumbling interference? Let us imagine that the laws of reality are again undone and the world faces true annihilation. Do you honestly believe that half your number would sacrifice themselves to save the other? Of course they wouldn't!
You still struggling?
Yep.
How certain are you? You can't stop that. I'm sorry.
That's big.
How certain are you that the property goes back?
Why?
Because I feel like a lot of that brush we could probably get with a lot more work, kind of like we did this right back here.
Okay. Why? It's not going to work nearly as well as you might think. We're going to need... What's it called? The thing that... I don't know if you were there when... Yeah, push on. Okay. We're going to need that.
Even for like right there at their entrance? Why?
Because it's overgrown, babe.
This had a whole bunch like there.
No, no. They weren't trees. They were plants. The stalks were not wood. That's why the lawnmower was able to take care of them.
Also, I think that we have a cell phone.
What?
I don't know.
Where?
In front yard. I'll show you later. You're busy.
Okay.
And if you had witnessed history unfold as I have, you would reach the same conclusion.
So you think.
You cannot be entrusted with our legacy. I will bring back our brethren, our friends, our loved ones. The world belongs to us, and us alone.
Bit selfish of you. No one else now.
Emmett Selk! We understand, truly, but it makes no difference. The ones you love are in the past, while ours are here in the present. One day, we too will be ashes and dust, but not today. Our time is not yet finished. We share your conviction, and that is why we will not abandon our course.
Well said, but not good enough, I fear.
You think us the same? You think your tattered soul of equal worth to those I lost? Then come. Earn your place. Prove yourselves worthy to inherit this star.
Oof.
Behold the coming oblivion. 'Twas the end of our era and the beginning of our great work. A fitting backdrop for your final judgment.
I shall wait within, but do not spend too much time on your preparations. There's no telling how much longer the guest of honor will last.
A very Sephiroth of you. This guy's surprising. In any case, it's 10:45 and I got stuff to do today, so I'm gonna go ahead and get on that. Maybe I'll be back on later. We'll see. Have a good New Year's. Well, that's special of me. Can't believe I was dumb enough to not do that. Really? I swear I did. That saves me 100 gil. Last name times. I swear I turned to it before I logged in last time, or logged out last time. Oh well. Stupidity happens sometimes. I am not immune. Nice. Now I'm out. Good afternoon, people.